America runs on breakfast, or at least it tries to. With drive-thrus full of commuters chasing caffeine and brunch tables packed on weekends, breakfast is more than a meal. It's a morning ritual. But not all eggs are cracked equally, and not every pancake deserves your plate. Today, we're diving fork first into 7 of the most popular breakfast chains in the country. This list is your guide to the good, the bad, and the scrambled. So watch this video to find out who really delivers the most important meal of the day and who should just stick to toast. Panera Bread wants to be your wholesome breakfast stop. It promises clean ingredients, fresh breads, and a cozy vibe that whispers, "You made a smart choice." But once the food hits the table, the illusion collapses faster than their flatbread. The breakfast sandwiches arrive wrapped in eco-friendly paper, filled with eggs that taste like ambition, lost in a convection oven. Their signature avocado, egg white and spinach sandwich sounds like a health win, but feels like chewing a yoga mat with aspirations. The coffee, it tries, but bold roast at Panera means slightly darker dishwater, served in warm-toned mugs that make you feel like you're at your aunt's house who just discovered herbal tea. And don't even get us started on the soufflés, which, despite their fancy name, are just egg muffins with trust issues. Prices hover near boutique cafe levels, but the food never justifies the cost. For the same amount, you could get a freshly made breakfast from a local diner and still have change for a real cup of joe. Panera means well, but in the breakfast game, well-meaning doesn't fill your stomach or your soul. Starbucks may reign supreme over your morning caffeine needs, but when it comes to breakfast, it slips off its throne. The drinks are customizable masterpieces, but the food, it's like an afterthought scribbled on a napkin during a meeting about oat milk foam. Their breakfast sandwiches come pre-packaged, heat-zapped in high-tech ovens that somehow manage to make the bread both chewy and dry. The bacon, Gouda, and egg sandwich sounds gourmet until you bite in and wonder, what did you just eat? Wraps and egg bites fill out the menu, but they rarely feel fresh, more like food that survived an office fridge apocalypse. Even the pastries, once Starbucks' saving grace, have fallen into mediocrity. The croissants feel deflated, the muffins overly sweetened, and the once mighty lemon loaf now tastes like citrus-scented disappointment. It's not cheap either. You're looking at more than $10 for a breakfast combo that comes in a brown bag and emotional detachment. But the baristas are friendly, and the vibes are unmatched, so you keep coming back, sipping your caramel macchiato, and convincing yourself that the breakfast was fine. Deep down, you know you deserve better. Dunkin is the high school buddy who peaked early. Once a donut dynasty, it's now stuck in a breakfast identity crisis. You show up for nostalgia and caffeine, but the menu feels like a fever dream of frozen experiments. Let's start with the sandwiches. The bacon is limp, the eggs are suspiciously uniform, and the croissants feel like they've been steamrolled into submission. The wake-up wraps, while convenient, taste like breakfast's lowest common denominator. Quick, bland, and forgettable. And what about the donuts? Oh, the betrayal. Once fluffy and fresh, now they're often stale by sunrise. Seasonal flavors come and go like caffeine-fueled TikTok trends, but none leave a lasting impression. To be fair, the coffee is decent and has a loyal cult following, but even that is hit or miss depending on who makes it and how awake they are. Dunkin tries to keep up with the times, adding avocado toast, matcha lattes, and snack boxes, but it feels like watching your dad try to use TikTok, well-meaning, mildly entertaining, and ultimately off-brand. Dunkin might still run on coffee, but these days, breakfast is running on fumes. Einstein Brothers Bagels had one job: make great bagels. But somewhere between the sesame seeds and the schmear, they forgot that fresh isn't a personality trait. The bagels are big, dense, and often overbaked or underwhelming, depending on the location and whether the toaster is working that day. The breakfast sandwiches are where hope goes to get stuck in a carb coma. Eggs that taste like packing foam, sausage patties that defy seasoning, and bagels that leave your jaw sore. They offer exotic schmear flavors like jalapeno salsa and honey almond, but you're better off sticking with plain. Less risk, less regret. Prices creep higher than you'd expect for what feels like cafeteria-grade fare. You'll spend $8 to $12 for a sandwich and drink combo that should have come with an apology note and a coupon for next time. Einstein Brothers teases you with artisan ambitions, but delivers franchise fatigue. If you're desperate for a circular carbohydrate vessel, it'll do in a pinch, but if you're craving breakfast magic, you might want to roll elsewhere. Bob Evans markets itself as a slice of country charm. Think gingham, gravy, and grandma-approved meals. But scratch the surface, and you'll find that farm fresh is more marketing than meal. The menu is hearty, yes, but it often tastes like it was designed in the 90s and hasn't been updated since. The sausage is flavorful and the biscuits are buttery, but eggs can arrive overcooked and hash browns limp. Pancakes are big but bland, relying heavily on syrup to save them. The coffee is passable and bottomless, but also somehow forgettable after the third refill. And the atmosphere? A cross between a Cracker Barrel knockoff and a diner trying too hard to be quaint. Still, there's a loyal customer base, drawn in by nostalgia and portion sizes. It's the kind of place where retirees linger and road trippers stop out of habit. Bob Evans delivers comfort food at a fair price, but it rarely surprises or delights. It's breakfast that feels safe, a little tired, and just charming enough to justify the visit. Cracker Barrel isn't just a restaurant, it's a time machine, parked in a rocking chair. The decor hasn't changed since 1969, and neither has the recipe for their famous biscuits. And thank goodness for that. Breakfast here is served all day, which means you can drown in sawmill gravy at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Their pancakes are fluffier than hotel pillows. The hash brown casserole is criminally addictive, and the eggs actually taste like they came from chickens, not chemistry. What sets Cracker Barrel apart is consistency. Across hundreds of locations, the food tastes the same, comforting, scratch-made, and filling. It's a breakfast hug from a southern aunt who insists you eat more. Yes, the coffee is average and the gift shop is aggressively quaint, but it's part of the charm. Prices are reasonable, portions generous, and service reliably kind. It's the kind of place where you leave full, a little slower, and strangely better prepared to face the day. In the breakfast world, Cracker Barrel isn't trying to be trendy, it's trying to be reliable. And in a world of food fads, that might be the freshest thing of all. Walking into a Waffle House at 2 a.m. feels like entering a southern fever dream with bacon. The floors may be sticky, the jukebox may be playing Hank Williams, and the cook might be arguing with a server about hash brown orders. But you'll still get the best breakfast you've had all week. This chain is legendary, not because it reinvents breakfast, but because it never changes. Open kitchens, laminated menus, and that glorious language of hash browns. Scattered, smothered, covered, chunked. If you know, you know. The waffles are golden and sweet. The eggs are cooked to order right in front of you, and the bacon arrives with the right amount of sizzle and crunch. It's comfort food in its rawest, most authentic form. Prices remain low, making it a haven for night owls, road trippers, and those in emotional recovery. Waffle House doesn't pretend to be more than it is. It serves solid food, fast, and with a side of human drama that's somehow better than reality TV. In the hierarchy of breakfast, Waffle House earns its spot not by polish, but by pure, greasy-hearted soul. And that, more than anything, is worth waking up for, or staying up for. So there you have it, 7 breakfast chains served hot with a side of truth. From the polished branding of Panera To the griddle grease of Waffle House, we've tasted the trends and chewed through the chaos. Which spot is your go-to? Which one deserves a second chance, or none at all? Drop your favorites in the comments, and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this breakfast breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more brutally honest food reviews, and click over to our next video. Because every meal deserves a moment in the spotlight, even the ones that show up soggy.